to nurture and skill, but also tool young leaders. Now, we know that youth leaders are the leaders of tomorrow.
Yes,
Ghana. You yourself, you're a leader of tomorrow. Now, by attending that conference, and you've attended that summit before, how does the YouLead Summit actually facilitate nurturing and tooling and skilling young leaders to ensure that they're ready to be influential leaders for the better for Africa tomorrow?
Well, the YouLead has two ambitions. One, to nurture youth in leadership and youth in business. Now, the YouLead, when you go there, one, they always bring various young people and people who have made it and who have created an impact to this continent. Now, they train you on how to do business, on how you can come up with various policies to implement leadership in your country. For instance, I'll give you an example. They created an organization called AFSTA. This AFSTA is a trade organization whereby youth in business are able to market their products that they are selling across the continent. That if I'm in Uganda, I'm dealing in produce, maybe I'm a CEO of a company dealing in cosmetics, I'm able to sell them to Kenya, I'm able to sell them to South Africa using this AFSTA that was created by the YouLead and together with the African Union. So with that, you find that young people are able to even get employment, are able to create impact to the communities they are coming from. When we go to leadership, you'll find that all of us, me, I'm an alumni to the YouLead. I'm supposed to go, but I haven't gone. You find that you go there, they nurture you, how you can come to your country, implement policies that are able to transform the development of that country, to fight corruption. As a young leader, how do you fight corruption in your country? How do you go to the floor of parliament and deliberate on policies that are able to impact your community? Not going to the parliament whereby you are going to sit or even argue on things that are not going to create any impact. So that's how YouLead is trying to bring together the young people in Africa to create the impact, to create impact into them to go back to their communities and also do the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Derek, I'm just going to try and scratch a little bit on what you've mentioned there, saying that yes, you do go and they give you different trainings and how you can actually fight, maybe corruption in that case. You've been there, you're an alumni. Everyone who has gone to the YouLead Summit before now becomes an alumni.
Yes.
Now, for example, as a youth leader, one thing in Uganda that we are trying to fight is corruption. How would you say that as a youth leader and somebody who has attended the YouLead Summit, how do you fight corruption in Uganda today?
Well, the issue of corruption in Uganda, it starts with me, you, and everyone who is there watching us. That you find that in school, when we go to school, you find that a parent is going to send you at school as his child or whatever. You go there, instead of doing what is right, you try to divert yourself into other things. How? You find that young people today, they are too much into money. And at the end of the day, you find that they will be able to do various things which are not in line to what they are supposed to do. Now, as a youth leader, that we are supposed to create an impact to these young people, nurture them, to be people who are, first of all, patriotic. We need to promote the idea of patriotism into the young people today. That majority of the young people are not willing to do something when there is nothing to offer. So at the end, you find that when they go to such maybe spaces, like maybe they are employed into government, all they think about is stealing. Now, me as a leader, when I go to them, I tell them, first, love your country. If government can come up and preach the gospel of patriotism into young people, we shall be able to fight corruption. Two, majority of our young people want quick things. you find that a young person, instead of working hard, they want to go and get quick money. At the end of the day, when they are given a space, all they look at is stealing from it, not adding something from it. So, as a country, we need to preach the gospel of patriotism into our young people and tell them, please, first love your country and love what you do and take it as your own. At the end of the day, we shall fight corruption in that way. But if we say let's implement this, and I've seen the IGG trying to say, is trying to come up with some measures of fighting corruption.
Okay.
But these measures will not work if people don't love their country. We have seen in countries like USA, Britain, whereby corruption is fought, even in China. These people first love their country. They have their country at heart. That when they are doing something, they do it with one heart. You get the point. But when it comes to Uganda, you find someone is there, they don't even care. You go to hospitals, someone is not reporting even at work. You get the point. Someone, maybe when they come, when you don't have money, they don't want to work on you.
Okay.
Another thing is, when we go for the ULEAD, they tell us, work hard to fight poverty.
Okay.
We need to fight poverty in our communities. And there is no way we can fight poverty when we are not doing something.
Okay.
As young people, get something, come up with an idea, come up with a project, start it. Okay. You can start small, and this small thing will multiply into big.
Okay.
Start small, move it. At the end of the day, we shall have fought all these voices that promote corruption in this country.